Hello boys and girls, I'm Torin Alexander and I was invited here by Miss Ariel to read you guys a book that I wrote called The Magic Book. Someone's at the door. I'll get it, Jordan yelled as he ran to the front door. Find out who it is before you open the door, his mother called from the kitchen. Jordan peeked out the window and then opened the door. It was Louis, his best friend who lived down the street. Louis stepped inside and Jordan closed the door. Hi, Louis said. I came over to play video games with you. My dad put them in the attic, Jordan said. I don't like attics, Louis said. Why not? Jordan asked. I think monsters and skeletons live in attics. It's okay, because I'm going to be with you, Jordan said. With a trembling voice, Louis followed behind him. Jordan climbed the stairs to the attic. Jordan turned on the lights. The attic had lots of spiderwebs and locked trunks along the wall. The video games were gone, but there was one book by itself in the middle of the floor. Bright lights illuminated from the book. Jordan approached the book. Do you want to read it? Jordan asked, pointing to the book on the floor. No, you read it, Louis said, shaking his head. Jordan picked up the book. The title was The Magic Book. There was a little note pasted onto the bottom of the cover. It said, do not touch. Louis started shaking so hard his teeth chattered. It says do not touch. And anyway, I have to go, Louis said. Okay, see you later, Jordan said. He knew Louis was afraid. Goodbye, Louis yelled, and he ran so fast down the stairs he almost fell. Jordan couldn't take his eyes off the book, but he heard Louis running down the steps. Then he heard the door slam as Louis left his house. But he wasn't going to let Louis's fear frighten him. He had once heard his father say that one of the greatest presidents said that the only thing to fear was fear itself. He took a deep breath and opened the book. To his surprise, there was nothing in it but blank pages, but there was a strange glow coming from the page. Jordan sighed with disappointment. I wish this book was magic and make all my friends think I'm really cool, he said. Snap and a pop. All his classmates were at his door. They played tag football for the rest of the day, and all his friends told him he was the coolest boy in school. But he hadn't seen his best friend Louis since he found the magic book. Then, that weekend, his evil cousin came over to spend the night. His mother said that his cousin would sleep in the twin bed in Jordan's room. When Jordan tried to go to sleep, his cousin would not stop talking. Jordan put the covers over his head, but his cousin still kept talking. Finally, Jordan turned to his cousin. I wish you were twins so that your twin brother would tell you to stop talking every time you started to speak, he said. Snap and a pop. His cousin turned into two people. Every time his cousin started to speak, his twin told him to stop talking and go to sleep. Finally, Jordan was able to sleep. The next morning, Jordan's mom's eye grew big when she saw his evil cousin's twin. Jordan's mom thought he had turned his cousins into doubles, but Jordan kept telling her, it was not me, it was the magic book. He went up into the attic and opened the magic book and wished his cousin out of his house. Snap, zap, in a flash, his evil cousin was gone. His cousin twin disappeared too, and when Jordan looked out the window, he saw his aunt and uncle driving down the street with his evil cousin in the back seat. The next day, Jordan took the book to school. When he saw his friend Kate fall at recess and cry because of a skinned knee, he wished that she had not fallen. Snap, zap, she had not fallen at all and she did not have a skinned knee, and he and Kate had a good time playing for the rest of the day, but he missed his best friend Louis. After school, Jordan wished that Louis was at his front door again. He had other friends, but Louis was his really best friend. He opened the door and snap, zap, Louis was standing on the front door steps. Louis stood there shaking. What am I doing here? How did I get here? He asked. Jordan let him in and closed the door. Sit down, Louis. I have something to tell you, Jordan said. Louis plopped down on the couch. Remember when Kate fell at school? Jordan asked. Yeah, Lewis said. I still don't understand what happened. One minute Kate had a skinned knee and was crying, and the next minute her knee was fine, and she was laughing and playing. Do you remember the magic book that we found in the attic? Jordan asked. Yeah. Maybe I should better leave, Lewis said and started shaking. No, wait. That's how Kate's skinned knee was made well again. It was the magic book, Jordan said. He held out the magic book he had hidden behind his back. I'm beginning to believe you were right to be scared, Jordan said. The magic book is beginning to frighten me too. Funny. I wanted to say that I'm sorry for running out on you the other day. Friends should stick together, even if one of them is so scared of things. I'm putting the magic book back in the attic, Jordan said. Lewis looked at Jordan and then at the magic book. They ran up to the attic and opened the door. There was a black hole in the middle of the floor. Jordan threw the book in the black hole on the floor. No, don't do it because of me, Lewis cried and tried to grab the magic book. He jumped towards the black hole and started falling in it. At the last second, just before he fell in the black hole, he grabbed the magic book and then threw it back to Jordan. Jordan caught the magic book and said, I wish Lewis was back and none of the magic from the magic book had ever happened. Snap, zap. Lewis was standing by Jordan's side and the magic book was gone and everything was finally back to normal. Thank you, Lewis said with a smile. Jordan gave Lewis the high five. I would rather have a best friend like you, Lewis, than all the powers from that magic book, he said. A real friend is worth more than all the magic in the world. The end. Thank you guys for listening. I hope this inspired you that you guys can do something as awesome as this too. You guys are awesome. Hope you have a blessed day.